Okay, so now you can see my screen and chart window. Okay, great. So today we are going to discuss about ignored zones. Okay, so as we have already studied, every engulf has a target. So the reaction as well. Every reaction has a target, and usually that is another side of zone. So as we know, whole RTM concepts revolve around FLs. So imagine like this. This is an FL, okay, and we have another FL here. Both are zones, so both are FLs. What happens? Price goes to like this. Then the nearest target will be this opposite side FL. What price should do? Price should reach till here, till this FL, and then go up this side. But many times what happens, price will not come till this zone, and this will react like this and then keep moving to upper side and cross this zone. So in this case what has happened, this zone was ignored. Okay, so to understand this, uh, we will draw a structure and then look at that like this. So as you know, when we trade QM, what happens? Price goes up, makes a high, comes back, makes a low, many times goes up, makes another high, makes another low, goes up, comes down, makes a king here or swap here, comes down like this. Okay, and this one like this. Okay, uh, let's draw it again. Goes up, makes high, makes low, goes higher high, makes low, goes up, comes down, break this, and then comes down and break this like it. Okay, this one. So as we know, we have two zones here. Okay, for this high, if we draw a QM level like this one is a zone. Okay, and so after breaking this low, after breaking this low, this zone was created, and coincidentally this is also left shoulder kink of this high. And what happens here, when price comes and breaks this low, this zone is created like this. Okay, usually what price should have done, after breaking this we have an FL area here. This was FTR, we have FL area here. The price is reacting from this FL right now. Okay, this FL price is reacting comes back reacting to this FL. What this should do, this should go back to this area, this swap FL area. You know, this is swap FL area. Here we have a kink like this, and a kink was created here, and price is reacting from this kink. This is our swap FL area. What price should do, when price hit this FL, price should go back and hit this FL and then come down. But what happened here, price did not reach to this FL and just fell down like this. Okay, to understand more clearly, I will not draw structure this time. I will draw simple, in simple way, simpler form. Okay, so suppose this is an FL. This is now an FL. Think like this. This is FL. Okay, and how FL was created? Like this. FL was created here. Okay, and what price does, goes up, comes down, make a swap FL. Yes, I'm drawing in simpler form. I have shown you the detailed structure already, and comes back and hit this FL. Okay, so when this FL was created like this, so when price comes and hit this FL, what price should do, it should go back to at least this FL, and then comes down. But what happens when price just react, bounce a bit and comes back down? Okay, what happens here, what happened, this FL was ignored, this FL was ignored here. So what will happen in future, when price will go back to this FL, the price may react this FL and we can trade it like. Okay, so this is when the price did not reach to the target after reacting to the FL. This is FL and this is also FL. This was also FL. Okay, what price should do, when price comes and hit an FL, it should go back and reach to the opposite FL to reach its minimum target. But in case if it ignores that FL and came down sharply or keep going in the direction, what will happen, when the price goes back again to the FL, it will react and we can trade that FL. Okay, so this is the when price reacts to the FL and goes back to the to ignore the FL and keep going in the direction and then go back to the same FL again and then react to that FL. Okay, this is when the target was ignored. Okay, okay, let's see other situations. This situation was for QM. Usually this is QM structure and this is how the FL is ignored in QM structure. Let's see other structures as well, like compression structure. How this happens in compression structure. Okay, so how compression is formed? Compression is formed when like this, price goes up, comes down, goes up, comes back and takes the order, means demand of this zone, goes up, comes back again and goes up and then fell sharply, comes back. What ideally it should happen, what is happening here, price goes up, makes high, comes back, this is the demand. Okay, price comes back, react to this demand, takes the orders of this zone is transferred to this floor now. So our demand is at here. Okay, price goes up, comes down again. So the take the demand of this zone, goes back up again. So orders are transferred to this area. Okay, so ideally what price should do when price comes back, what it should do, it should react again and go back again. But what happens, it doesn't go back up. What this does, it comes down, break this flow, break this area here. Okay, or just keep coming directly like don't go anywhere. So what happens, this demand was ignored here. Okay, this demand was ignored here. So in future when price goes back up again in this zone, we can trade this zone. We react from here and price will come down again. So this is how price is ignored in compression, like okay? This is how price is ignored in compression and we trade the ignored zone here. Okay, so now let's draw the structure of 3 drive, how this happens in 3 drive, how zones are ignored in 3 drive. Okay, in 3 drive, what happens in 3 drive, 3 drives are like this: first drive, second drive, third drive. Okay, like this one. So this is a first drive, the second drive, and this is our third drive. Price comes like this and goes back up, goes up again. Okay, so in 3 drive structures usually price is not compressed. So what happens normally, the demand areas there is still orders in demand areas. So usually what happens when price comes back, it does like this, comes back, there is a demand ignored here. Okay, this may swap as well. So we have demand here. Okay, and demand here. So usually what happens, whenever there is a 3 drive structure, the top of the first drive is very important, and usually price reach to this area like this. This is being the minimum target when we trade a drive structure. But when we study ignored zones, so this first zone and this last zone, this both can be ignored here. Okay, so in future when price goes back up, we may trade this, or price can also go here, price may also reach here. And we can trade this can also happen like this, price comes down, engulf this zone, pulls back a bit, then comes down, pulls back a bit, and then comes down like this. This can also like this happen like this as well. So in this case what we will do, our new zones are created like this. So these are tradable like this, or price may go back up here and then we can trade like. Okay, so this is how ignored zones are created in the drive structure. And next one, let's see. We have already studied ignored QM, so I don't think I need to explain ignored QM again. So let's go to the chart and see some examples. Okay, let's go to the chart like this. Okay. Example, I will try to find clear examples for you guys so you can understand them easily. Okay, now this is not a clear example. It may take some time to find a clear example. Okay, so and this one, no, not a clear example. Okay, guys, have some patience. I'm trying to find an example, good example, so you can understand it clearly. Just goes back up here. This one, this is not clear example. And okay, look at here. Look at this one and this one. This move. So this moves. This is high. This is low. Okay. So this one's LSK is here. Okay. This is LSK. And this high. What happens when price cross this one? What this should do? This price should come back to here and then goes up, but this did not happen. So what happened? Price goes up without coming back here, goes up. That's why then it came back again to this zone and then go up. Right? This is one example, and I'll find more so you can understand clearly. Here the price has reached to the right place. No, this is not example. Came down, break this, came back up. Yes, it has reached the right place. Okay, so here is the example. Okay, look at this. High, low, higher high. Okay, so at this level, we are taking this high low, this high and this low to understand the example. I will draw the box so you can see clearly, like this. Like this. Okay. So what is happening here? Price comes and breaks this low and goes up. Makes a zone here. Okay. Comes down, breaks this low and goes up. So there is no ignored zone. Let's find another example. No, this is not. Yes, this goes back to this zone. This is also not ignored zone. And goes up, came down. This is RS and goes back. This is not here. There are many examples, but I am finding a clear one. So you guys don't get confused. Okay, here you see, like this. For this zone, focus on this zone. Okay, price makes high, low, higher high, comes back. So what this makes here? This makes LSK here. Okay, price comes down, goes up. What makes this? This makes swap FL here. Okay, and then focus on this zone. What happens here? Price comes down, breaks here, goes a bit up and comes down again. Okay, and comes down again and ignored this one, ignored this zone. So that's why price goes up again to this ignored zone and then fell down from there. This is how ignored zones are created. Okay, in QM structure. Okay, let's find one more example and then we will move on to other structures. If this goes back up, this usually happens when you guys tell that I draw a LSK zone or QM zone, but price crossed it and goes up again to higher zone. And this is the same situation when this happens. Let's find some more examples. Yes, look at here. This high. This is not clear. A fresh one, I can show you one here, fresh one, like this. I think this is a zone. Okay, its TP is here. Let's say our decision point is here and RS is here. Okay, and we have another zone here. So when price breaks this low, what price should do? Price should go up again to this zone and then come down from it. But what happened? Price did not go there and fell directly, goes up and then fell from that and then pushed up but did not reach to this area. So this zone is still fresh. This zone was ignored. So there is possibility in future when price reach to this zone, price may react from here. Okay, let's find compression. Example for compression. When price is compressed, and so first let's find the compression. Where is price compressed? Here we have an example here. If we look at this low and this low, the price is compressed here like this, and when price comes back at this area, price comes back but did not pulls back from this area, instead this ignored. So what happened? We have ignored zone created here like this. What happened? When price comes back to again this zone, this reacted from here. Let's find another example. Price is compressed here. This is another example. Right here. High, low, then lower high, reach to this demand, then comes down, again goes to this demand, and then fell down. So price is compressed here. What price should do? When price goes back up again to this zone, this area, price should come down from here. But what happened? Price crossed directly. So we have a ignored zone here. This demand was ignored here. Okay. What happened when price comes back again? It's reacted from this zone and then goes back up again. This is another example. Let's see one more example for compression. And so first find the compression. Here the price is compressed. Focus on here. This one. This movement comes down, goes up, comes down, goes up, and keep taking the supply here. These supplies have been keep taking the supplies from here to here. Price is compressed like this. Okay, then fell down but never reached to this area again. The supply never reached to the supply again. So when price comes back again to this supply zone, this supply area, price should react and come down, but this did not happen. Instead what happened? Price makes a zone here. Then comes down. After this zone was created here. Lowest it came till here. Forward this. After breaking this one, this compression, after breaking this compression, price comes down again and then goes back up again. This is example of ignored zoning compression. The same as here, the price is compressed here. This demand, this demand, this demand. This demand was taken by this move, and this demand is taken by this move. Orders are transferred here. What happened here? When price comes down, break this, makes zone, comes down again, goes back up and take this. So let's find out more. Same story here. Comes back, goes up, takes the supply, comes back, goes up, takes the supply, comes back. When price goes up again to this area, this is compression. This one, this is our demand. This candle comes back, hit this ignored zone, then goes back again. Okay, I think we have already enough examples for compression, and let's see free drive. Let's find examples for free drive. Here we have example. Look at this. First, second, third. Look at this. This is first drive. This is second drive. This is third drive. Then price goes up again. Okay. When price comes down, this was the third drive. We have a zone here. And this was the first drive. We have a zone here. Price comes down, breaks this, pull back a bit here. This was our zone. And price came back here. Goes back up and reacted from this zone. This was the ignored zone. This is also possible if price this is still fresh. This is possible if price goes back here, this can react from here as well. Okay, we should be ready for trading in this zone. Okay, so this was first example of trade drive. Let's find some more. This one, look at this. First drive, second drive, second drive till here. And then this is third drive. Come back to this low. Okay, this one. To this low. This is first drive, second drive, third drive. Okay, and price goes up. This is the top of first drive, the third drive, like this. A zone is created here. Like this. This is a created zone. Okay, and this one is the top of first drive. Let's move forward. Like this. The zone was created here. Okay, price crossed this high, goes back up. A bit of pullback here, but nice pullback here. Retracement, after retracement came here, goes back up again. And next time this zone was fresh, but this has already reacted to the ignored level of first drive and reached the target here. So when price comes down, this did not work very good here. This one, like this did not work here. Just a bit of reaction, nothing else. Came down, just a bit of reaction from this one. goes back up again, and ignored is again. So what happened when ignored it again? Came down and reacted from this zone again and came down a bit, but not that much reward. So you should keep in mind, if price has reacted well from one drive in the same three drive structure, it may not react and give good rewards from the second zone. Let's delete this, and let's see some example of ignored QM. Okay, example for ignored QM. We have this one, but zone is too big. Look at this. High, low, higher high, lower low. What should happen here? When price goes back to this QM level, what should happen? Price should react to this and comes back down again. But what had happened here? Here, price goes up, ignore this QM, make a swap here like this, and crossed this high and goes up again. What happened here? When price comes back again, price goes up till here. Okay? From here to here, it was a trade. Usually in ignored zones, you don't get too much reward, but that is enough for covering your loss or getting 3 or 4 hours. That is enough for. Let's see example of one more ignored QM zone. Ignored QM zone. This is also example, but not that much clear. Another example is here. This QM, price goes up, react to this zone like this. This is actually free order flow type example. So let's move and find some more. This is also example. For ignored QM, we have plenty of examples, as QM and ignored QMs are reversal structures. Let's find one more example and then we'll close the session. This is also example here. Node goes up bit. Let's see some opposite side example. Okay, opposite side example. We have seen examples for upside. Let's see some examples for downside. We have here press zone here, but Price haven't reached there. We find here, no, we don't have any. Yes, we have here. Look, it is small, but we have this. High, low, high, low, high, lower, low. Okay, so this is like price goes up again. Okay, so at this level, we have a LSK here. Okay, like this. What happened when price comes back? This made a swap here, like this, and keep going down. So when price comes back again to this ignored QM zone, this reacts from here. It comes back. This is example in opposite side. Let's find quickly if we can some more. Uh, ignored QM, ignored QM. As it not reached here. That was basically ignored QM example. We don't have data any further. Let's see at 5 minutes if we can find ignored QM. Anything fast we can find. Yes, we have a bit of here like this. We have a zone here, and this swap was here. Price came down, goes back again to the same zone, came down. But I want to find much clear examples for you guys. This is also example. If we go on lower time frame, we will find a QM here, and price came back again, reacted from here. Here we have clear example: low, high, lower low, higher high. So this is like low, high, lower low, and higher high. So we have a QM zone here. But what happened? Price came back, did not, QM was ignored here, and what happened? The zone was created here. Okay, price came back, goes up again, and fall down again. So this was another ignored zone example. Okay, so let's stop here, and if you guys have any question, you can ask. Okay, any question?
Yes, just a quick one.
Yes,
When we're creating the LSK,
yes,
do we use the major kink or the minor kink?
yes.
We
Can you
use we use sorry.
can you repeat question?
Oh yes, I was asking. So sometimes a minor or a major kink may be created as the LSK. Do we use the major one to draw or the minor one?
Major one. You mean like
Oh,
this? You mean like this? High, low, higher, high. Price comes back like this and comes like this minor. This one major and comes back. Your question is like this, right? At
yes,
LSK,
that's correct.
yes. At
Yes.
LSK, this FTR is minor one. This one, this FTR is minus, right? And this one is major one, right? So we will take major one before breaking this low. We take the deepest retrace before breaking this low. This is also possible that the price may come back till here but did not break this low and goes back here again, here almost till here, okay? But did not cross this higher high. In that case, our LSK will be right. We will take major one. Okay, any other question, guys?
And just a quick question. So in this case, we have the major minor, but because the major is so huge, we can use the MPL of the majors to get a better risk reward for this trade, correct?
Of course, you have major minor here. So what will happen in this case? How we will get our MPL here? This one will be our MPL. We have studied already, and this one will be our RS, right? This will be our MPL, and this one will be our RS. As you have already studied the liquidity structure, minor and major FTR make liquidity structure, right? Do you remember?
Yes, I understand. Yes.
Okay, right? Like we have studied already. If like this one is our zone and price movement happened like this, like like okay, and think like we had a level here, This could be RS level, this could be QML level as well, right? So what happened, or we can consider like this. Let's start from the left. Think like there is a level here. This may be QML level, RS level, anything. Okay, level here. Price comes down, break this, pulls back a bit, comes down, and pulls back again and goes up and then comes down. So we will draw our zone like this. Measure zone. Okay, like this. And in this case, our MPL will be here. Distance between from top of this to top of this. Like, and our RS will be bottom of this to bottom of. Okay, that's it. Okay, any other question, guys?
Yes, just another question.
Yes.
So with the ignore QM, we understand that because we observe the price comes back to the LSK and it breaks it, so it would have ignored the QM. So we wait until price returns to that ignore QM level to set our trades. We understand that. But when we're talking about the QM itself that was not ignored, do we trade that because we'll not know whether it will work or not? So do we just ignore the regular QMs?
If QM has already worked, then we have free order flow. Do you remember the free order flow discussion? If QM is ignored,
Oh,
we have ignored QM zone. If QM has already worked, we have free order flow zone, right? So the difference between trading ignored QM level and free order flow level is we can trade ignored QM as a touch trade given all the conditions are fulfilled. You remember we had three conditions for trading as a touch to take touch trades. But in case of free order flow, we never take a touch trade. We always use a PA to take the trade. We wait for the PA to build and then we take the trade from free order flow zone. Okay?
okay.
Okay. So if there is no other question, should we stop today? Okay. It seems we don't have any question. So let's close this session. Or
All right, thank you.
okay.
Thank you.